So, as you can see below me, I've got a bunch of gear. Again, my name is Joseph. I'm from Reno Running Company, and I wanted to talk to you about lighting and reflective gear for running. So, if you watched some of the clips of some runner that we showed, some guy was doing that. I don't know who that was. It's really important for cars to be able to see you when you're running. And you want to give them more time to react to you so they don't hit you. Obviously this is important on the road primarily, but there are applications in other off-road events too, and some events require lighting. So if you're doing a Ragnar this summer up at the lake, for instance, you're going to need to have some lighting and reflective. And of course the Reno Tahoe Odyssey, which is a fantastic event here in town, and the surrounding area requires lots of lighting as well. So just looking down here at the floor, you can see a few items. So you've got a vest item, and this is passive lighting, you could call it. So the whole thing is bright colored, but it's also got reflective material all through various spots on the vest itself. Some of these, like this bandolier vest, as this one's called from Nathan, is this is a one-size-fits-all. You can see some other important things are headlamps. So you got this guy, and it's got, you know, various settings. You can see lights, red lights for visibility, white light for seeing the ground in front of you and being seen by cars. There's various settings, of course, too. You've got this one is from Nathan, which is a great little light here. We've also got the Sprinter from Black Diamond, which is rechargeable. We've got a flashlight, rather, called the Zephyr Fire. There's a 300 and a 100. Also rechargeable, which is a great addition if you're trail running. We've got the Ion from Black Diamond, which is another small, really inexpensive but really handy and nicely made light. And then we've got some various accessories. You can see we've got a light that goes around your arm, which you may have seen or may not have seen, and see if it'll I always press the wrong thing. That's really awkward when you're doing this. And you get to choose your color, which is really exciting. Who doesn't like that? So Roy G. Biv, for all you science teachers out there, you're welcome. Then we've got a clip that goes on your, it's called the light spur, and it goes on your heel, which is fantastic. And so as you're running, you just put this on the heel of your shoe, and you can see as you're running it's like up and down. It's pretty fantastic, very visible and very obviously a light. Then you've got some other odd sundry lights which are fantastic. They often have solid or blinking modes, and there's a bunch of options, and they are really helpful for being visible and giving drivers more time to see you. This is the Black Diamond Sprinter. My apologies to those of you watching the video. It's a little bright, I realize. But that's an important feature. So this, as you can see, has the option to have a blinking light in the back, and I can turn that to different settings, to solid, or I can just turn it off. I've got a battery indicator light to let me know whether or not I need to recharge this. This is a rechargeable battery. And then this guy has a dimmer. Woo! Woo! I'll stop, sorry. But this guy is really useful, really adaptable. You can change the brightness, you can have a blinking light in the back, you can turn it off if you're trail running and you're like, well, I don't really need anyone to see me, and I can just save more battery that way by just having the front light on. And you know, although this may seem a little more expensive than some of the other options, we have options as low as $25, which are pretty nice. This is really bright at 200 lumens, and it is also rechargeable, and also is balanced because the battery pack, which is not very big or very heavy, but is on the back and not all in the front, and so it doesn't bounce very much when it's on your head. And this top strap you can take off. So if you decide, I don't really need the top strap, you can just take that off, that's fine. So it's a really useful light. It'll be rain proof, it's really hard to break. I'm not saying impossible, but it fits really well in pockets. What are you saying right now? So you can see this light is pretty small. It'll fit right in this little pocket as an example in case I need it. It's really important to be seen while you're running, and so while you might be safe, it's a really good idea to let drivers have more time to notice that you're there and think about what they need to do. It may seem a little obvious that they just need to do this number, but if they don't have enough time to do that, that could be a problem. Visibility for safety is a big thing for road runners, and sometimes during certain races for trail, but most of the time headlamps are really important for being able to see what's in front of you. And if you're road running, you may or may not have much of a preference for how bright your headlamp is, and you might not actually need a lot of light, but when you start trail running in the dark, because I know you will, then you're going to need a much brighter light. Anytime the moonlight isn't cutting it for you, and you actually need to look down a trail to see rattlesnakes and just see where all the rocks are when you're trying to get your new CR on Strava, it's going to be really problematic if your light isn't bright enough. And so you're really going to want a really bright light for trail running, because you're going to need to see in front of you a lot more and a lot farther than you would if you were on the road. As a reminder, one more thing, if you are in fact running at night, early morning or late at night, if you're doing a Ragnar race where they require you to have lighting, or if you're doing the Reno Tahoe Odyssey, those are just two examples, there's plenty of others, but if you're doing any of those events and you need some lighting or some reflective, we have plenty for you here at the store at Reno Running Company. We'd love to talk to you more about it than you want us to, and we're here to answer all your questions. Thank you.